Making London the world's first national park city is a big idea. It's inspired by the traditions, values and aims of our rural national parks to have better conservation, better enjoyment and a better economy. But it's distinctly different and can draw from the power of millions of people to do everyday things to achieve those aims.
The landscape of London is clearly different to the national park landscape. It's drawing on the principles that have been applied in national parks, that have been tried and tested very successfully, and it applies them to an urban environment.
I think the great idea behind the Greater London National Park City is it really taps into people's desire for more and better contact with nature in their daily lives, to find a bit of respite from a busy urban life and to make that part of your life.
If we were able to connect people to nature in London and have increased access, it would have a bigger health benefit than almost any other intervention in public health.
Just simply being in nature has a wonderful benefit on our minds and our bodies. It can help us tune in and relax, to enjoy the sensory experience of what you see, what you smell, what you touch and what you can taste.
20% of Londoners have a disability. When disabled people come into a park, it gives them a fantastic sense of well-being, of normality, of enjoying London just like everybody else.
The great thing about the outdoors is it's got infinite capacity to be able to attract new people to activities. And physical activity increases the brain size in children, particularly the behaviour and learning.
These playing fields has played a major part in the development of Broader Farm Estate. It's been a major contribution to the success of young people in their health, in their fitness and the socialising. It steers them away from other things that are negative in their lives. It's impossible to develop harmony in a community without these open green spaces. It'd be madness.
One of the issues is that not enough young people use our outdoor spaces. They don't see them as belonging to them. If we could have more arts and creative activities going on, that I think would encourage many, many more young people to come into those spaces and make the most of them.
Shuffle takes place in Tower Hamlets Cemetery Park. The reason for having the festival here is to bring people into the space to feel a sense of ownership. It's a great festival for all ages. We have lots of free events so people can just come in and enjoy the space.
London needs space which is just for the people, and London needs space where nature can do its bit, so the more of this kind of thing the better as far as I'm concerned.
To be able to get out into nature, even if it's just down the road from a tube station, is massively important for everybody.
Hopefully we'll get more festivals in parks. You know, more festivals is more creativity and more inspiration into the world.
It's wonderful in a city like London, which I think is the greatest city in the world, that we're able to enjoy our parks and our open spaces. Take the park that we're standing in, Victoria Park. In the last few years, it's reinvented itself, and it's fantastic to see more and more events being staged, attracting more and more people, not only from London and the home counties, from all over the UK, all over the world.
I was a borough councillor for 12 years and I used to see so many good things going on in some open spaces and parks with the community really involved and engaged, and then other areas nothing happening. So I think being able to replicate that can only be a good thing for the whole of London.
If there are good examples of innovative ways of doing things which get people outdoors, using green spaces, increasing their well-being and vitality, I'm sure all local authorities want to know about them.
I'm a campaigner for better streets, for streets that are great for walking and cycling. And I think I can see how our streets could be the kind of connecting ribbons of greenery that connect up some of these other spaces. And that just feels like a really exciting idea.
People can really transform where they live. You can see how just by having plant pots, window boxes, they can create an atmosphere that's so lush right in the middle of the city.
We often think of parks as green, but actually the blue space can almost double the value of people wanting to go there and be there. And just sitting by water has even more calming effects than green space. And actually being in the water and swimming increases physical activity as well as the mental health benefits.
Tourism is so important to London's economy, and I've no doubt with different activities going on and different interests that we can grow our tourist population in London, which can only be good for London's economy.
London is absolutely extraordinary. There's so much greenery in London. You've got to keep working at it, you know, because the more that cities become compacted, and they are, you need parkland. You need it psychologically, you need it physically, you need it just for the air, really, that you breathe.
We are going to become more concentrated in the urban areas, and if we don't incorporate nature into that, both in the new developments and in terms of enhancing our green spaces, then there will be significant challenges. I think businesses would very much like to invest more in the environment. I think not only do they need to do that, but they need to be seen to do that, given the massive shift in opinion towards caring more for our environment.
London National Park City, the vision of that is a great way of bringing together these two apparently opposing things, the city and the country.
If London was to become a national park city, I think it would massively enhance our brand here in London as a world city, and it would be a big pull for business and growth in the economy in the whole of the South East.
Making London a national park city will give London and Londoners a new positive identity.
80% of the UK's population now lives in cities. In an urbanising world, the model of a London National Park City is a momentous contribution.
National parks are an international brand. They're widely understood and loved around the globe. So a London National Park City will really draw people to the capital, and it will ensure that people living in London can explore this great city too.